there everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be doing another product review. So today I'm going to be looking at doing a review for the DJI Osmo Action 3 action camera. So what I want to do is try and give you an overall review of the camera, show you some of the functions that I think are most useful, show you a little way around the camera, show you what it comes with. I've been out and done some recording, so I'm going to put some of the footage in so you can see some of the different functions that I've recorded with. So hopefully you'll get an idea of the quality or whether it's going to be something you might use. As always, I'm not sponsored by any of the products that I'm going to be talking about today. I'm not sponsored by DJI or anything else I mention. This is purely my own personal review. In a second, I'll show you what it came with. There are a few bundles from DJI that you can pick up. The most noticeable ones are the standard package, which is what I've got here. And there's the Action Combo, I think they call it, where it comes with a few more products. But again, that was going out of my budget. So let me turn this around and I'll show you what this particular bundle came with. So excuse the lighting in the office in here, but so the standard bundle we came with, obviously you've got the action camera itself, you've got your charging cable, doesn't come with a plug, like most products now don't come with any plugs, you've got to provide your own. You've got an external case which isn't necessary for mounting, but I'll show you later one of the particular mounts it has that it is very useful for. You've got the extra battery. There's one in the camera at the moment. You get the extra battery and you get this clip-on, which to me is a game changer. It's absolutely fantastic. I'll show you that in a minute. And it comes with a spare rubber ring which goes around the camera for taking that off and replacing should you need to. The other bundle, the Action bundle, I believe the extras you got on that was you got one more extra battery, so there was 3 in total. You got a case for putting all 3 batteries in, which you could charge with one cable all at once. You got the selfie stick. I can't remember what else it came with. It was something like that. But that was, I think, an extra £100 nearly. I think I picked this up for around about £210 off the DJI website. If you've ever bought anything from DJI before, you get a lot of emails from them with product sales on and stuff like that. So I think we might have got it in a sale. I can't remember exactly. I've had the camera for a little while now, so which I've been using, and hopefully, I've been able to give you this review after a bit of use. So let's take a look at the camera itself then. So one thing to note I found with this is its sturdiness. I wouldn't say it's heavy, but it's solid and a good weight, and it gives you that sense of its durability. It's solid and good piece of equipment. It is waterproof up to, I think it's around about 20 meters. You've got your on-off button at the side, and this can also give you instant recording. So even if your camera is off, if you press on the top here, you've got your button to go with record. If suddenly something happens in front of you, you want to quickly record, you can just press the record button even though it's not turned on. It will instantly turn the camera on and start recording, which is a great feature. You've got less chance of maybe missing something while you were setting it up or whatever. If you don't do anything after you finish recording, it will automatically turn itself off again. You'd have to turn it on from the side as normal. But if you do then adjust anything on the screen, I believe it then stays switched on for you. So we turn the camera on with, like I say, that one. And then on the same side, you slide down and pull out. You've got your charging port. It's USB-C to USB-C, I believe. So you need to make sure you've got a plug that will take a USB-C connection. You've then on the other side, again, you just slide up, pull out. You've got your battery compartment and SD card. Now I'll talk about the SD card in a little while because you do need a specific style of SD card for these, or else they will not work. I found that problem when I started the camera, and like I say, I'll go through that in a few minutes. So we turn the camera on just by normal pushing it in. And one of the best features I like about this, which is why I got it, is because it's got the front screen on it. So when you are, if like myself, if you're going to use this for something like a vlogging channel, you can turn it around and you can see yourself, you see what you're capturing in that front screen. And as an extra as well, this front screen is touchscreen. You just swipe up to unlock it and you can access any of the functions as you would on the back from the front as well. So you don't have to keep turning it around, which there's not many cameras, I don't think, we get the front facing screen which is also touchscreen. So that's a really good point. Your on off button again is another function to it. If you quickly press it whilst the camera is on, just a quick once, it will change you from video to photograph. So you can quickly press it, capture a photograph, quick press again, takes you back to your video. So on the back, you've got your usual sort of details. You've got your battery life, which if you tap it, I have to unlock it now, I've got the front one. If you tap the front screen, that battery tells you exactly how much percentage is left. You've got your SD card memory, the amount of that left. On here, if you swipe across where those are, you can now go into it and adjust all your stuff manually. So if you are someone who wants to do specific kind of shots, if you know yourself with what you're doing with your shutter speeds, with your ISOs, with frame rates and all of that, you can access that and do it all manual. If you are looking for a particular shot, a particular photograph or anything like that, you can adjust all that yourself. Personally, I'm not at that kind of level. Like I say, we are amateur, and I'm using the like presettings on it. When you're doing your manual settings, there are actually spaces for you to then customize and save those settings. So you could call them something, save them, and you've got quick access to them again. So I'll leave this on auto. Then you've got a zoom underneath that. You click and hold it and you can swipe up and down and it will zoom in and out for you while you're recording or when it's not. Then at the bottom here you've got your frame rates and where some of the settings are for that. So you swipe it up and as you can see you've got things like 1080p. Let's see if I can do this. I'm doing it back to front here. So yeah, you've got like your 1080p, you've got your 2.7K and it goes all the way up to 4.3K. So you've got 4K or 4.3K. Sorry, 4K with 16.9 or 4.3. No idea what those mean. I mostly record in 2.7K. I find that sufficient for what I need and filming it at 30 frames per second. But you can adjust these frame rates as well. Let's see if I can get to move. So you've got even, I think it's all the way up to 120 frames per second. I don't think it goes up to 120 in the 4K, but certainly in the 2.7 you can get up to 120 frames per second. So if you're going to do some editing after you've took your footage and say you wanted to do some really slow-mo shots, 120 frames per second is going to give you a really good quality when you've slowed that down. So the fact that you can adjust all these in just the touchscreen, you can just do it instantly while you're in between shots. Say you want to say, right, I'm going to quickly do this. You just go in by your touchscreen, change it, out, start recording. I found that so simple to use. Also in this section you've got the EIS, I think EIS, something like that, the stabilization, the automatic stabilization. You've got obviously off, you've got a rock steady, you've got a rock steady plus, that's in the 4K. If I bring it back down to 2.7, which is what I normally use at, go into the rock steady. So yeah, if you go back into the 2.7, 16.9 frame rate, you've then also got an extra one which is horizon balancing and horizon steady. With the horizon balancing, you can pretty much take your camera up to like a 45-degree angle and your picture will stay dead frame in the center. And if you go to the horizon steady, you can even turn the camera a full 360 degrees and the picture will stay in the center and not going upside down or twisting like that. So that's a really good stabilization feature on that if you are perhaps doing some extreme sports or something like that. I've got some footage that I shall put in a little while of the rock steady off, so no stabilization, and then with some stabilization. So I hope you'll get to see the difference in the quality of that. Another great feature found on here with some of the pre-settings that, and I've took some footage with those pre-settings and I'll slip them in so you can see that, and so quick and easy to get to. Wonderful feature of this. So on the camera, gives you obviously your versions. You've got your video. It's hard doing it this way, isn't it? You've got your video. You're going to have HDR, which I believe some people use if they're trying to do something a bit more cinematic. It gives you more options for editing at a later time with the colors and stuff like that. But again, like I say, for me, I don't need it that far advanced. You've then got slow-mo. So yeah, you can do it in your editing after you've taken your footage. You can slow your camera down or your footage down for cinematic effects, whatever it is, but you've actually got the slow-mo option on there to do it there and then, which I've used. And again, I'll put the footage in and I think it works just as well using the presetting as it does for you doing it in your editing. It takes up less disk space, I believe, so you can maybe save it on your SD card. And then you've got time lapse, and in the time lapse you've got a couple of options. You've got time lapse, which obviously exactly what it says, and you've got some, again, more pre-settings in here, so you can set it up for, say, clouds, sunsets, people, it will say crowds, or customize it yourself, which is what I've generally done. But as well as time-lapse, you've got hyperlapse, which again is giving you choice of frame rates or automatic. I've used the auto, so you can start recording, walk along with your camera, and it's doing that hyperlapse for you, speeding it all up. So again, it's going to record all that using less disk space. So when it comes to putting it onto your laptop or whatever, it's using less room, and it's already done that, what you might have edited yourself. Obviously, if you're going to want it speeded up further or you want it slower or whatever, you might want to do it yourself in your editing. But to me, that's a great little feature that you can just click on it and off you go. So yeah, there are some of the features of the settings on the camera. Again, they're super useful. They're really easy to work your way around and to find them, and really good to use when you're actually recording at the time. So I've really enjoyed taking this out and doing some recording with it. So it comes with, like I say, the connector link, which obviously has got your little bits there for putting into your selfie stick or whatever attachment you're going to use. Great feature of this is if you connect that, it's magnetic, but also it locks in with these little clips here, and you can pull that and that is solid as a rock. That is fantastic. Unclip it, take it off. Now if you've got a couple of these, you can have these on your attachments, and literally, so if you're doing some outside, maybe extreme sports or anything action-wise like that, have a couple of your setups, like a wrist one, maybe a chest one, helmet cam, bike cam, and you want to move from one to the next one really quickly, you can unclip that, hear the clicks go in, make sure it's steady, change it straight to the next attachment, really quick and easy. The case that it comes with, again, you don't need that if you're going to have it mounted horizontally, but another great feature of this is put into the case, it just clips open like that. Put it into your action case like that, clip it down. Again, it will clip on underneath as you did before, but one great feature about this is it's got the clips again at the bottom, so you can just attach that, make sure it's on, and now you've got it vertical. So if you are doing any recording like shorts on YouTube, if you're doing TikTok or whatever, and it's in that format, rather than having to edit it into that format, because a lot of action cameras, you'd only record as normal horizontal, you'd have to maybe change all that in your editing, and you lose a lot of the footage when you've adjusted the parameters for shorts, say. So stop the camera recording, change it over, start recording again, and now, like I say, you're recording in shorts. That to me is brilliant. I know a lot of us are using shorts on our YouTube channels, so I could take a bit of footage in one for maybe the vlog, I can change it, take some more footage, and I can put it out on my shorts just really quickly, really simple. So I absolutely love that feature about this. So going back to the SD card, I didn't know this when I bought it, and I've done a little bit of research since. I put the old SD cards that I had, the micro SD cards that I had from my other camera. Also, I tried the SD card from my drone. None of them would work. As soon as you turned it on, it come up with an error saying something about the card not being able to format or anything properly. So I looked into this and found that you need a particular SD card for this camera. They're no more expensive, they're just the same, it's just a different setting on it. So I've bought a couple of new ones. Now I'm going to read this out because I can't remember it, but you need to look for it to have the U3, so it's like a little U shape in it with the 3 in it, V30A2 micro SD card. I just went on to, I think, Google, and I typed micro SD cards for DJI Osmo Action free camera, onto a link to Amazon, and there it was. Again, like I say, not terribly expensive. You can buy different versions or different brands, whatever price you want to pay. But yep, you will need to make sure you've got that SD card. One of the other things I've noticed with a lot of other people vlogging at the moment is a lot of people are moving on to external mics, which is great for really good quality sound. So you've got these external mics with especially the mic muffs on for if you're in a windy situation or anything. And that was something I found with my old camera. The wind noise was quite bad on it. So you've got all sorts of choices with the DJI. You can buy an adapter which goes into your USB or the charging port, an adapter which then you can put an external mic onto it. You can look at the DJI wireless microphones, which what I've seen on other people's vlogs, they look really good. Sound quality is fantastic, but again, for me, this is all about the budget as well as quality, and they were just slightly out of my budget. But go on the DJI website or any good company like Amazon, that look for the microphones that might suit you. However, what I did do was I picked up a little hack of someone, and I've again done some footage with this and without it. And I think I found a much cheaper version for me to get the quality of sound in a windy situation, but without spending all the money. So what I did was, on the front here, you see you've got your two microphones on there. I picked up, I think again from Amazon, wind or microphone muffs, or stick on, something like that. I googled. I'll try and find it again, and I'll try and put a link in the description for you. And what it is, they came with these, which are double-sided sticky, so you can attach these to the front of your microphone. They've got the hole in the middle, obviously, for keeping the microphone free. And then they comes with a pack of the little muffs, and so they're a little furry muff, like you see on a a sort of boom microphone or whatever. Nice and fluffy, and you just attach them onto your microphone. I did some testing with this without the mic, without them, and with them, and yes, there's still a little bit of wind noise when I was out. And it was quite a windy day when I put them on. There is a little bit of wind noise there, but still you could hear my voice, I think, quite clearly, which hopefully you'll see in the clip. So I think, yeah, the quality's maybe not as good as the wireless mics or those that are much closer to you, But like I say, for me on a budget, these, I think they cost, I think it was £12 or maybe even less than that, £6 or £7 for about 10 of them. So I think the DJI wireless microphones are nearly £300. These cost me less than a tenner. To me, I'm happy to sacrifice that little bit of quality for that price that I can save myself. So yeah, like I said, I've done some recording. I'm going to pop some clips in now for you. So you'll see we've got the slow-mo action, we've got the hyperlapse action, we've got the footage with and without the stabilization, and we've got the microphone test. So I'll slip them in now and let you have a look. Okay guys, so we're outside, we've got a nice windy day, so this is showing the microphone what it's like in the wind. Hopefully you can get some of the noise of the wind across the microphone so you can see what it's like. And then we're going to do a test later with the microphone muffs that I've bought, so hopefully, I'm hoping you can hear what I'm saying to you because it is very windy today. So yeah, we're going to do a test later on with the microphone muffs and see what the sound comes out like. Right, so I can feel the wind on my face. Got the camera at a good arm's length, as you would if you were sort of doing a bit of recording. Let's see, let's do a bit of a spin round, let the wind catch it from different angles. So obviously I've shown you the wind muffs that I've bought. They're really small, dead cheap, so we're hoping this will be an alternative to buying big external mic and all this the stuff. Like I say, keep the kit simple, small, easy to use, and cost effective. The other thing I'm going to try and test at the moment whilst we're out is what does it look like with the Rocksteady and Rocksteady Plus. So this footage is with nothing, no stabilizer. So we want to see how terrain I'm walking on isn't the easiest of terrain, so hopefully you'll see whether it's creating that wobble as you sort of move along. Right, so we're on, yeah, slightly uneven ground, sort of trying to walk normal, and that's without the Rocksteady or any stabilization on. So do a bit more recording and then in a minute with the Rocksteady on. Let's see how that comes out. Right, so now I've turned the Rocksteady on the stable. I've got Rocksteady Plus, so I think that would be the one I would commonly use. So I'm walking again on slightly uneven terrain, uphill, at a good, just steady pace, camera at arm's length, so my arm's not like Rocksteady itself. So we'll see if there's any difference between this footage and how it looks. So hopefully you can get an idea of the quality of the picture whilst we're moving around. So yeah, hopefully you'll see from that footage the quality of the camera with the different shots we've used. And like I said before, I'm independent. This is just my honest opinion, and personally I haven't used it for a bit now. I've done one vlog with it which is on our channel, and I used this camera for that. I was really pleased with the footage and everything. So yeah, I would suggest if you are looking to use it for any of its intended purposes, so like for sports, anything like that, if you're looking for even vlogging like what we're doing with our channel, I would suggest this is a budget price camera with the top end of the quality on it. It's got great features that you'll find on pretty much all the other more expensive cameras. You've got the quality of picture, you've got all those extra functions that it will do for you that you don't even need to do in your editing. So if you don't even have maybe a good editing suite, I mean, I personally use DaVinci Resolve 18, which is a fantastic piece of kit. This is going to do a lot of it for you already. So I'm going to say, from my honest opinion, this is a quality camera and well worth a purchase. So I hope you've enjoyed that. If you want to pop any comments below or ask me any questions, please do. I'm always happy to answer anything I can. I really, like I say, hope you've enjoyed this little review. I just like to share what I've found. So if anybody like me who is just starting out is looking for their equipment and what they're doing, maybe you'll get some hints and tips, which I've given you today. I certainly hope so. So thank you very much for watching. And again, like I said earlier on, if you would love to drop some comments, that'd be really, really lovely. If you could hit the like button again for us, if you can consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, and if you have subscribed already, thank you so much for all your support. And look forward to doing more product reviews and let you know what we think of anything else we use. Thank you very much. Have a good day.